to this value added program on data mining and data analytics. Okay, June 21st to 30th. So, by the blessing of our Honorable Vice Chancellor and our Director, Dr. Bristly Mitra, we are able to start this program, okay, so that it can be valuable for all the students, because data mining and data analytics is the area, it works for all, okay, it has application in all the areas, because all the work have been done using the computational tools. So that is the requirement of the market for any area, for any company, for any to run any business, or in all the areas of environment, food, okay, different kind of industries. We need the data mining and data analytics methods, so that can be used to extract some pattern or useful information from the data. Okay, so this has application in all the areas like biotechnological industries, food industries, and different types of industries, and this has application in our life also, like in the education area also. So okay, to learn the patterns of the data, so we apply some computational tool, computational methods to extract the patterns from the data and to learn the relationship among the data. So once we have the data, we used to analyze the pattern or relationship among the data, so that it can be proved useful. Okay, so this is our lecture. First I will give you the introduction of data mining, then I will come to the data. So first, our today's lecture is what is data, but I am starting from the data mining introduction. So what is data mining? Databases today can range in the size into, so this is a huge amount of data in the terabytes. Okay, you can see the thousands of terabytes. So within these masses of data, the information is hidden, so we have to extract the useful information from the data. That is important for us, because we have huge amount of data daily. The huge amount of data is generated by the searching. We do lot of searching on the internet. So this has become a great problem, because any researcher or anybody who wants the information. Are you able to listen my voice?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Yes. So within these masses of data, the information is hidden. So because this is the problem of today, in our mobile, in our computer, we have lot of data, even we don't know what is saved on our computer. So information is hidden. What can be useful for us? So this is the course that will teach you how to extract this information, important information, from the huge amount of data. Obviously we don't want to study all the data, but in the data mining we will learn how we can clean or how we can filter the data, how we can extract the useful data, so that we can learn the pattern from that data. So this is the course based on that. So we are dealing with the huge amount of data. You can think there are so many trees, how do you draw meaningful conclusion about the forest? Because if you are walking in a forest, so you do not have the idea how big it is. If you are at the middle of the forest, so you do not have how you can draw the conclusion in the forest. So this is like walking in that. So we are dealing with the huge amount of data in okay. So the answer is data mining. We can apply the data mining method, which is being used both to increase revenue and reduce cost. So companies are using these methods to increase revenues and to reduce the cost. So but is it beneficial for the company to reduce the cost? Yes, it is beneficial for the company to reduce the cost, and at the same time they also want to increase the revenue, because by reducing the cost, the goods are provided to the society with a minimal cost, so everybody can purchase. So it will be in the range of all the customers. So because in our country we have the most of customers from the middle group or low income group. So the sales will be good if we are reducing the cost. Okay, in terms of electronics instruments also, you can see the reduction in the cost. So how we do that? Okay, and how we can increase the revenue? So that can be, it can be beneficial for both for company and for any customer. Okay, so the potential return are enormous. Innovative organizations worldwide are already using data mining. So they are using, because they are like multinational companies, they are already using these methods and appeal to higher value customers. Okay, sometimes the customers are, because we have the different categories of the customers, so it depends. So to reconfigure their product offering to increase sales and to minimize losses due to error or fraud. So these methods are helpful in the detection of any fraud or error. So this is the application of this. Data mining is a process. What is actually this? So today I am just giving you the introduction. In the coming lecture, I will teach you in the detail. So now, what is data mining? This is a process that uses a variety of data analysis tools to discover patterns and relationship among data that may be used to make valid prediction. Now, this is a difficult definition. Actually, what we do, we have the data in our computer or mobile, but we do not know what we have stored in our mobile, how much data we have stored. So what we can do, with the help of the application, we discover the pattern and relationship in the data that may be used to make valid predictions. Okay, so what is the relationship among data, so that we can cluster them together, we can classify the data together. So if there is a sharing pattern among the data, we can classify them together and we can extract the useful patterns. So in that way, we are trying to find out the relationship among the data. Okay, so that we can give the prediction. Prediction means we are just making the prediction. We are not giving the any determination. We are not doing any determination. We are just giving the prediction. Okay, this may happen. This is the modeling. This is the kind of modeling that this may happen. Okay. Suppose if we are making certain changes by doing the data analysis, we are making certain changes in the product, so that may be useful for the customer. So we are giving the prediction. So when we sell that product in the market, then the actual outcome of our finding or data mining process will appear. So whether it is useful or not, but we can give the meaningful predictions by doing the data analysis. Because if you do not perform any analysis, if you do not analyze anything and you are just launching a new product in the market, so that may give you loss. Okay, you may face certain you may face danger. Okay, there may be some problem. So before doing any work, you can apply data mining process, data mining method to make valid predictions. So this will give you the idea how the things work. Although that is not a actual reality, but this will give you the idea, like a road map. A road map is not an exact map of roads. Okay, or all the ways, like if you see the map, look at the map, but this will give you the idea of, okay, this is useful the map, like Google map or different types of map of India or other state or any area, that is proved to be useful, okay, for any prediction, for any analysis. So obviously this reduce the cost of any experiment, the cost of anything, if we do any data mining application. It is applicable in all the areas. In all the areas you can use, in the chemical engineering branch, in the electronics, okay, in computer science. So it is applicable, or this is the method of computer science or computational, because computer science is not an area, that is means it has application in all the areas. Okay, that is, so this is the interdisciplinary field. So many organizations are using data mining to help manage all the phases of customer life cycle. So they can detect the customer behavior at various stages. If there is a new customer, if the customer, old customer that are previously using, they are previously using the product, so they can analyze the difference. They can analyze the customer behavior, including acquiring new customers, increasing revenue from existing customer, and retaining good customers. Okay, so that can be proved very useful by determining characteristics of good customers, like profiling. They can analyze the profile of the customers, those who are means already interested. What is a good customer? They are interested in the specific product or their need. So company can target prospect with similar characteristics. So sometimes the company used to perform that analysis. They need the customer data. What is the response of the customer? So they want to analyze on the basis of that similar characteristics. Because if any company want to launch the product, obviously we cannot launch any new product for a few customers. So there should be the similar characteristics among the large data set. Okay, that's why your Facebook data, whenever you search on the Google, that data is used by the company. So sometimes it is asked by your Google Mail security that you want to provide your data or not. So if you go into the security, you can check that your data is available to those sites or not. Okay, you can keep check on that. So that data is important for them. Why they need our private data, what we are doing on the Google. So nowadays everything, all the companies, they can look at your data, what you are doing on the internet, or they can check, because it can provide a profit to them. They look for their customer, and the companies are able to analyze what is your interest. If you are interested in something, they can provide you the product, or they want to send you the advertisement. So this is that kind of. Okay, so now today there is the area of the artificial intelligence automation. So there are some processes that is applied on this data, YouTube searching, or Facebook, or any other site on which you search. So that data is available to, okay, for the research or for any kind of analysis. So data mining is a popular area, increasingly popular area nowadays. So by profiling customers who have bought a particular product, it can focus attention on similar customers. So that it can be useful. I have already discussed this up now. Who have not bought that product, okay? So we can analyze the customer who have not bought this product. So they can design some other kind of product for them. So profiling is important to know the customer interest. So by profiling customers who have left, a company can act to retain customers who are at the risk of leaving. So if 50% customer left, so we can save our other 50% customer before leaving them. If we do the data analysis or data mining timely, like monthly basis, or okay, so we should analyze our data. Otherwise we may face the losses in our business. So data mining methods are very useful. They can give you the idea before happening any event. They will give you the idea what is going to happen, or how it is going to happen. So on the basis of data analysis, on the basis of your present condition. So what is the first requirement? Your data should be authentic. Okay, it should not be the false data. So data mining methods are useful. Medical applications are the another fruitful area. Obviously in the hospital also we are dealing with a huge amount of data. So what is happening, the diagnosis or any analysis is not done by the hospital. They are hiring the professional, like the companies. So they used to provide their data to the companies, like KPO sector, the companies who are working in the KPO sector, that are connected, like Tech Mahindra. Tech Mahindra is connected with all the companies. that provides services in the area of knowledge process outsourcing KPO sector. So there is a huge requirement of data analyst also, okay, in the different area like the so that here we are talking about medical applications. So hospital is not going to do the work, this diagnosis, or so with the help of software, with the help of tool, data mining is done to do the analysis of disease data, to analyze the reports of, okay, so this kind of services. So we need the data mining method, or data analyst can do, any data scientist can do that work. Okay, so there is a requirement of the data scientist in all the areas. So you can work in your specific domain, like the data that is obtained from the medical. It is generally data of chemical, drug treatment data, or the symptom of data. Okay, so the student from the computer science, they can work in all the areas, but the student of specific branch like electronics, chemical, or they can work in their specific areas. Yeah? That is important for them, because if there is a processing of the chemical data, then you can do better. Okay, the student of chemical engineering can better understand that data. If there is a biological data, they can better understand that data, and methods are same. There are the methods that are applied that are same, but data that is obtained from different area, that is different. Like data can be obtained from company, data can be obtained from biotechnological industry, or any laboratory, biological laboratory, or any company, and data can be obtained from different areas like environment, weather forecasting. So there are the different areas, but methods are similar. Methods we apply in all the areas. So you can use these methods everywhere. Okay, so in this course we are going to teach you can use. Okay, stock market data mining method can be applied in the market industry, in the stock market. Okay, generally these techniques are used in the stock performance. Retailers are making more use of data mining. Okay, how they can manage their store, effectiveness of promotions, coupons. Pharmaceutical firms, they are also using, they are mining their large database of chemical compounds and of genetic materials to discover substances that might be candidate for development agent of for a particular disease. Okay, because their work is to treatment of the disease. So the medicals and pharmaceutical industries are doing. Pharmaceutical industry, they always want to discover a new drug, or they want to modify the existing drug that is cheap. They want to modify the existing chemical compound rather than designing a new compound, that is costly procedure. So they want to identify the existing compound so that they can modify those drugs, and that can be applied to the treatment of disease. Like in the corona case also, we are looking for the old drug that can be modified. Now, okay, so for doing all this, what we need, what is data? So this is our first lecture. We need to understand, okay, because that is in the data mining we have lot of things, lot of areas, but what is important, you should understand data characteristics, types, and computational methods. That is important. Then you can apply it anywhere. Okay, you can apply wherever you are interested. You can apply these methods. So we will teach you some basic things that you can apply, and with the help of software we will perform some exercise. What is data? Can anybody of you tell me what is the data? That is the collection of facts such as number, words, measurements, observations, or just descriptions of things. Okay, So data is a collection of facts. Facts means reality. What is a real fact? Like I can count the number of people who are standing in front of me. So that is the real fact, because I am looking. I can count 1, 2, 3 people are standing in front of me. So that is a real fact. So collection of facts like numbers, words, measurements, like using the tape, we are measuring the height, length. So that is actual measurement. It can be actual measurement. Words, like by our eyes we can look at the tree and we can find out. We can look. The leaf is green in color. So green color, leaf is green in color. That is the data in the words. Okay. So it is actual observation. Observation or just description of things. So data you cannot. It should not be false data. So it should always come by the observation. That is called data. Okay. Any number, verse. So you cannot call anything that data. Okay. Data. Sometimes you use the information for any data. So that is not correct. There is a difference between data and information. Okay, you will understand. Okay, so today we will talk only about the data. Tomorrow we will talk on the information. So our today's lecture is focused on the data. Data. The singular form is datum. So we say that datum is very high. So data is a plural word. Generally we use the plural word. Data are available. But data is also a collection of facts. So the data is available. So most of the people use data is available. But data is plural word. It is collection of facts. So collection of facts from the different areas. It can be the number, it can be the words, measurements. So from the chemical area, data may vary. From the electronics instrument, so we can observe the reading of the electronic instrument. So data may vary from field, from different area, like in the MSNME or in the biological. So it can vary. Okay. And format can also vary. So there are the different kind of formats that are available to save the data. So in the next lecture, you're going to learn the different sources of data today only. Okay. Data can be defined as a representation of facts, concepts, or instruction in a formalized manner which should be suitable for communication. So, or we can say this is the observation or what we are communicating, like we are talking on the phone, that is also data. What we want to communicate, that is important for another person or not. So it depends. Representation of facts, concept, or instruction in a formalized manner. So we should be careful when we are talking to other people also, because we are giving them the data so that they will have their own interpretation for that data. So the information can be varied, because information is interpretation, that is not the data. So data we should provide very carefully. Whenever we are talking to anybody, we should be careful whatever we are telling to them. We should not provide any false data. Even whenever you are talking with your friends also, you should not provide the false data. Although we are unable to do that, but we should always try. Okay, unless you are joking. So interpretation can vary, because for the same thing the different people can observe the different things. So the way that is why the use of the instrument is good. Okay. Sometimes we used to listen the partial thing. If somebody is passing by me, but he listened the few words that I uttered, but that can be partial information, and partial information can give the false assumption also. So we should be careful in that. Data is represented with the help of characters such as alphabets. So we can write it in the alphabetical form or digits 0 to 9 or special characters. So this is the data. Okay. Okay, are you able to understand now what is the data? Like in the computer, whenever actually data we are getting since the old time, when we were not aware of writing and reading process. Okay, data was also there. Okay, we do the counting. Some of the storytellers used to tell about the data. They our grandfather, so they used to tell the stories. So that is also the data or information that we're doing. Okay, so since the old time, so their process is different. So there is the process may vary, but we are doing observations since old time. Okay, because we have eyes, we have hands, we can count. We have eyes, so we can observe by our eyes. We can count how many people are standing in front of me. So that is one kind of data that we are observing. But if we are storing and processing them, so after the invention of computer, it has become fast. The only thing is that then the data mining word has been arisen, came into the existence. Although we were doing it from the initial time as a child born, so he or she used to keep observation on everything. Okay, very carefully, more than us, more than any adult person. So since we born on this earth, we are doing our observation. Okay, we used to observe our surrounding. So we used to observe that data. So data, what is data? That is the observation. Okay, observation. If it is not your observation, you can take the information or data from anybody else. Okay, like your adult at your home, the people, your elder used to teach you, your elder used to tell you some data, provide you some data. Sometimes it may be false, sometimes it may be true. So you should always look. So data we can, if data is a quantitative, then it is very easy to analyze. So data may be qualitative or quantitative. It has two types, because for any study, because we are learning the data mining, data analytics methods. So it is very important. We have to make the categories of data, qualitative or quantitative. We need to understand. So that we can perform the analysis, or we can find out the relationship among the data. So because we already have huge amount of data that is available on internet, on different websites, you can get the data. So you should look for the reliable source of the data. From there you can obtain the data, or you can obtain your own data. You can do the observation. You just stand on the road, then count the number of cars passing in the 10 minutes. In the 10 minutes, just stand on the road. So that is your data. In the 10 minutes, these are the number of cars that have been passed through this way. So that is the way. Observation is the source of data. You are doing the observation, then you can get your own data. Or if you do not have any data, you can download it from the database. But what is data? That is the observation. In the room, wherever you are sitting, that is also the data. You can provide me the data. What is in your surrounding? If anything, because you are listening to me, but you are also observing so many things in your surrounding wherever you are sitting. Okay, so that is also data, and it affect the how much data I want to provide you. I mean, whatever I am teaching you, maybe it happen that you are not getting the 100% of data, 100% of information. It also depends on the surrounding, wherever you are sitting and in which condition you are listening my lecture. So it depends on that also. It affects. So your observation play an important role in the data. Then how much you can get from me. qualitative data is descriptive information. It describes something. Qualitative means the leaf is green in color. That is the quality. Okay. Leaf synthesize food. That is their quality. Okay. So your height is 5'8" or 5'9". So that is your qualitative data. Okay. Sorry, height can be measured in the quantity. So that is the quantitative data. Okay. So qualitative data is, it mentions your quality, that if you are good in your study, if you are topper in your class, so that is your qualitative data, but it has been given on the basis of quantity, you know, how much marks you got. Okay. But qualitative data, sometimes the people students are good in their analytical skills, and they are not getting the good marks. Okay, sometimes it may happen. So there may be some quality, there may be some qualitative data. Okay, the skills you possess and that is not available in other students. So that make you vary. So there may be some quality, like different kind of plants are found in the forest. So not all the plants are equal. They cannot be compared. So only one species like jamun will be compared to jamun, people will be compared. But if we compare, the different diverse plants are found in the forest. So that is their quality. It is the qualitative data. Different kinds of diverse plants in the forest. So it needs description, because it needs description. But in current timing, we are only focusing on the quantitative data, so that can be analyzed. Okay, so we do everything in our grading also, we do the marks assessment. But nowadays AICTE is also trying that assessment should be done on the other things also. Okay, so they are changing their pattern. They are doing the preparation, they are focusing on the outcome based learning. So qualitative assessment, they are also focusing on that also. Quantitative data is numerical, means it can be in the number like height, okay, or anything that we can count, whatever you can count. Okay, in our surrounding, the things that we can count, species, plants we can count, plants in the forest, plants in the garden we can count. We can count the lower plants, higher plants. Okay, we can count the number of animals in the pond. Okay, we can count the number of birds that are sitting on the tree. So the data is quantitative data, which is in numerical information, numbers. Quantitative data can be discrete or continuous. So these definitions are necessary to learn, so that you can quantify whatever you do the observation, whatever you look in your surrounding, you can quantify the data. Okay. Quantitative data can be discrete or continuous. Discrete data can only take certain values, like whole numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, like you can count the number of cars that is passing by in 10 minutes. You can stand on the road, you can count. Okay, that is discrete data, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continuous data, what is this? Can take any value within a range. Like I will give you the example. Okay, continuous data can take any values, like whatever we purchase in the kg, kilogram, gram. Okay, that is continuous data. You purchase the wheat, grains. You don't do the counting, even it is countable. You can count that the number of grain, but we purchase that. So that data we take in the form of continuous data. Even we can count the number of grain, but it is very difficult. There is a procedure, but it will take more timing. So we do not apply it. We don't consider that data as a discrete data, even it is, because that is not feasible. So continuous data like 1.5, 2.5 kg, so that is within the range, so it is called continuous data. Discrete data is counted and continuous data is measured. So this is the difference between discrete data and continuous data. Are you getting? I think you all are from the computer science background and or electronics, so you can easily understand what I am saying. And you can look for the different types of example in your daily life also. Okay. So continuous data is measured, हम उसको measuring करते हैं. Discrete data की हम counting करते हैं. Continuous data is measured, like you purchase vegetables, that is continuous data. Okay. Qualitative examples are given here. He is brown and black, he has long hair, he has lots. Okay, you can take some other examples also. Leaf is green in color, that is also qualitative. He has long hair. So this is the qualitative example of qualitative. Quantitative data, it can be divided into two groups like discrete and continuous. So in the quantitative we have two categories like discrete data, he has 4 legs, he has 2 brothers. Okay. Now what is the example of continuous data? He weighs 25.5 kg and he is 565 millimeter tall. Okay. So this is a form of continuous data and discrete data. So among the quantitative you can divide two categories, discrete and continuous. Data can be continuous having any numerical value, quantity, categorical. It can be categorical also, fitting into discrete classes like red, blue, green. So you can make the category of the discrete classes like red, blue, green. So this is the qualitative data, but you can make the category red, blue, green, so that it can be fitted into discrete classes. Categorical data can be further defined as either ordinal having a meaningful order like high, medium and low. Sometimes we used to say this is high, medium and low. So this is the ordinal data, ordinal order, and there can be nominal order, that is the nominal data, means that is called unordered. Unordered means like your zip postal code, your zip code, like code of Kanpur University is 208024. Okay, so it is not started from 1, 2, 3, so it depends. Although there is some specific order, but according to the number, means number do not have any significance in any order. Okay, so it is not important the 4 will come after 3. It is not important there. But there is some the code has a significance. They are located to some location. They are associated with some locations. What is ordinal data? That is high, medium and low. Okay. So because we have made the categories in the high, medium, low. Okay. You can also say like in your grading pattern we also apply A, B, C, D, F. Okay. That is. So data can be continuous and having any numerical values, quantity, or we can make the categories. Within the quantitative data, according to the quantitative data, we make the different categories. We can categorize like grading A, B, C, D, F. Like we categorize high income group, middle income group, low income group. That is also the quantitative data, but we have made the category. We have made the discrete classes. So that is the different types of data. Okay, this figure we have taken from reference is given here. So data type, we have two types of data types, like quantitative data and qualitative data. So qualitative data, you know, that is on the basis of quality, like leaf is green in color, that is the quality. Plant is tall, plant is dwarf, or that is the quality. But height we can count, height, or within the height we can categorize lower plant, higher plants. According to the height, we have made the different categories. Shrubby plant, so shrubby plants are short heighted plants. हर्बेशियस प्लांट्स, और भी छोटे प्लांट हैं जो ज़मीन में लगे रहता है, वो हर्बेशियस प्लांट्स हो गए, और उनसे थोड़े बड़े हो जाते हैं शॉर्ट हाइटेड प्लांट, श्रबी प्लांट, झाड़ी नुमा प्लांट. तो हमने वी हैव मेड द डिफरेंट कैटेगरीज बना रखी हैं. ठीक है, डिस्क्रीट क्लासेस हो सकती हैं क्वालिटेटिव में, इवन इन द क्वालिटेटिव डेटा. नाउ कम टू द क्वांटिटेटिव. Discrete continuous. So discrete data, we can again divide them into binary like 0 or 1 format, that is save. In the computer we save the data, even image we save in the form of 0 and 1 format, binary format. Nominal data, ordinal data. So we have just discussed now. Okay, postal code is the example of nominal data. Ordinal data, if there is certain order like high, low, and okay, medium. There can be continuous data. It can be taken into the interval or ratio. So continuous data can be taken in the as an interval or ratio. Interval means 10 to 20, 20 to 21 to 30, or 31 to 40. Okay. Ratio we can take ratio 3/4, 2/4. Okay, ratio we can take. So these are all types of data. Data collection, how we do that. So this is one example. You want to find how many cars pass by a certain point on a road in a 10 minutes interval. So stand near the road and count the cars that pass by in 10 minutes. So you might want to count many 10 minutes intervals. So you can also collect the data like 10-minute interval, like 4:10 to 4:20, 4:21 to 4:30, like 10 minutes interval you can count. Okay, on different days too. So that is way of the data collection, because we have to observe, we have to do some observation for the data collection. Okay. So how you can observe how much you eat. You eat 2 roti, 3. Your mother used to cook your food, so she can quantify how much you eat, so that she can have the idea in evening how much we have to cook. So we can do the observation. So by the observation we can collect the data. So we need to be authentic in that case. Observation should be done carefully. If we are wrong at this time, the research will not provide any fruitful output. That is going to be waste. All the efforts are going to be okay. So we will move towards the failure. So our data should be authentic when we do this step, data collection, observation. That should be very authentic. That is very important. Otherwise there is no use of data mining of the false data. So data should be authentic. Whatever you type on your Facebook or whatever you write down, so that is taken into the consideration for the analysis. So authenticity of data is very important. Then only it can provide you the truthful model, I mean, that may be close to the reality. If the data is data from the starting that is of good quality, so that will give you the best model, means that may be closest to the reality. Okay, or the reality change, keep on change, but we can try in the data mining if data is authentic. So authenticity of data is important. Observation is important for the data collection. How we are collecting, we can perform some experiment in our laboratory, we can perform, okay, we can measure, we have the instrument in the laboratory, some electronic instrument, we can observe, we can do observation, and we used to write down the data in the tabular format, rows and columns. Okay, how many we have observed, like rows, in the rows we will give like car, first car, second car, third. So the number of entries we do 1 2 3 4 5, and in the column we have data, what data we are collecting, like number of car, okay, color of car, okay, or the brand of the car, so that may be the quality, so that we can give in the column. So but we're just talking about the simple data. Okay, data collected. Okay, so data can be collected in the tabular format, we can write down the number of records. So in the column we can give like which type of car is passing, so we can make the different categories of the columns also. Nature of the data, that is important. Diversity and variability is very important. This is the nature of the data. Diversity means diverse plants are found in the forest, different trees in the forest, so that is the beauty of the forest. So diversity is the beauty of the any forest. In our body also we have different kinds of genes, protein pathways, network. So gene protein pathways, network, cells, tissues. Tissues are made up of cells, and organs, our organ like your liver, kidney, that are made up of tissues. So there is the diversity in our body also, and in our surrounding also, different trees in the forest. And we can look diversity in the land area, water forms. We have the different life forms on the earth, land forms like okay, sky, mountain, land forms, okay, valley, river, pond, ocean. So these are the different water forms. Okay, so there are different kinds of data. There is a diversity in the data. We have different kind with different variety of the things in our surrounding. In your materialistic world also you can find out the variety. Cars, different kinds of cars, different kinds of motorbike. Okay, even you visit to the different state, or if you visit to the abroad, you will find the diversity in the car or in the surrounding also. Okay, the house pattern. So that is means how the different things exist in our surrounding, that is diverse data. Like within the same class you are the different student, so that is diversity, and all of the students belong to the different native places, that is diversity. Now what is the variability? Variability means we are talking about different individuals also, so they can vary according to time. Same individual, if we talk about the same individual, like the same plant in the forest, people jump, same plant in the forest, so that will show changes over a time period. Like when we sow the seed, so that will grow, so the height will be less in the earlier time, so after few years that will be grown as a tree, so it will show the change. So that is the variability of the data, variability of that plant it will vary, species vary tremendously. Structure function of organ vary across age and gender. Okay, so for the same age, in the same age the organ can behave same, but if we compare your data like your organs at the childhood and your organs now, so it will show some changes. In the patient data also, when we obtain the data from the hospitals, it will show some changes: initial stage, middle stage, chronic stage. So there is some stages of the any disease. Okay, so that data is important. We can analyze in which stage the patient is. Okay, so diversity and variability, these are the two characteristics of any data in our surrounding. We can observe. Variability means when we are talking about the data is data variable, then we are talking across a time period. Across the same data can vary. Okay, suppose you are standing on the road at the same time, second day you will also stand on that road at the same time, but it is not necessary the how many cars have been passed on the previous day, they will pass by on the next day, they will the same number of car will be passed by that way. Okay, so data can vary. Okay, suppose in the class sometimes there is a variability in the students, so number of the student is not constant, so it varies, so day by day. Okay, so according to the time the class, the number of the student in the class, they can vary. Sometimes there is a 50 students, sometimes there is a 60, sometimes there is a 25, 10, so it can vary. So there is a variability of the data across a time period. So variability is important when there is the same thing. We are talking about the same object. Diversity is important means we are talking about different objects, different things. We are talking about different diverse things. So diversity is not a variability. There is a difference between variability and diversity. So we need to understand data sources in life science. So nucleic acid, protein, biological databases. So these are the different. What is the problem with biological data? That is very heterogeneous in format. Okay, heterogeneity. Nucleic acid is very, protein, it is very dynamic, it keep on changing. Computational tools are required, specific input output formation and broad domain knowledge. So we need specific tools and specific software to process this data. We have data from disease also, so we need the simulation problem. Modeling simulation of protein interaction, that is we want to analyze if we want to find out the fundamental causes of disease or working of the human body. Okay, and the action of body. Now there is a okay, we do the human activity recognition, we apply the methods, computational methods, like to recognize the activity of the human activity recognition. So we used to classify that data so that we can provide some prediction. We can provide a model. Okay, so that can be useful in the treatment of disease or anywhere else. So the challenges in the information integration, heterogeneity, data complexity. Sometimes we may have data from the different fields, data from the company and data from the environment like weather forecasting. So we have diverse kind of data. So methods we have in the computer science, we have the algorithms, we have method that can be applied to process that data. But before doing anything, data, these are the problem: heterogeneity, data complexity. Because biological data is complex and we have the data from electronic instruments or chemicals. So we need a specific type of format. So we need to deal with the heterogeneity of the data. So the data should be represented in the similar format. So data representation is very important because we are dealing with a diverse kind of data. Data from chemical, data from electronic instrument, data from materials science, or data from biological, okay, field. So data from other fields, educational fields, or data generated by the companies. So we have lot of data, and we need to learn the patterns of data. We need to learn the types of data, sources of data. According to that, we need to remove the heterogeneity of data. Okay, data is not homogeneous. Suppose we have obtained the protein information, but we have not obtained the gene information. Some data is from the protein, some data is from the genes. So the same record, we have the different kind of data. So if we have one record, like in the row, so all the columns should be filled up. How much column we have taken in the table, so that should be filled up. So we need to remove the heterogeneity or complexity of the data, so that data can be processed to obtain the useful information. Because now today we are talking about only the data. So before processing the data, it is very essential to work on these issues, data complexity and heterogeneity. Then only we can process the data to get the information. ठीक है, अभी क्या है, ये डेटा है, the car 10 car are passing by this way, so that is the data. We have not derived any information from that data. To derive any information, we should have authentic information, and we should have data for each day, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and for which timing. So if data has been taken on the first day, data has been taken from 10 am to 11 am, then daily should be done for the period of analysis. Daily should be obtained between 10 am to 11 am. It should not vary. So then only we can remove the heterogeneity of data. But what is the problem? If you are doing your observation between 10 to 11 on day 1, or on day 2 the data is available for 12 to 1, so it will create a heterogeneity in the data. So data should be in the homogeneous format. The timing should be same. Whatever data we are collecting for the same entity, for the same object, we should the parameters should be same. Then only we can get the homogeneous data. Parameters should be same, like timing should not be changed for any observation. We cannot get the partial data. Okay, so to remove any partiality or any biased data, we need to think before any observation. We need to look how we are getting the data, what was the observation, what was the parameter. If we have one data set for like you have done the observation, the car is passing by the road within the 10 minutes. So we have the data for 10 am to 11 am daily for the 15 days. Now for the another 15 days we have the data for 12 to 1 pm. So for another data set, that is the good. So you can do the comparison. Like between 10 am to 11 am, then between 1 pm to 2 pm. So you can compare the two data set characteristics. So you can carry out some research, but data should be available for the equal days, like 15 days between 10 to 11 am, and for the 15 days for means 1 pm to 2 pm. Then you can do the comparison for these two data sets. So you can carry out some analysis. So heterogeneity decoded. So okay, so these are the references. From here I have taken, okay, tutorialpoint.com, and there is a mathsisfun.com. I have taken some questions from there. Okay, I will give you some assignment also. If you have any question, then you can ask now. Do you have any question, students? Do you have any question? You can ask. So write down your attendance in the chat box. Name and branch. Okay, day 1. If you have any question, you can write down here. Kamakhya, what is your branch? Kamakhya. Kamakhya. Okay. Okay, you are from C. If you have any question, you can ask. Or if you don't want to ask, so you can type your question in the chat box also. Okay. Your next session will be started from 1:30 p.m. Now you have break. 1:30 p.m. your next session will be started on the data sources. Now this session is over. If you have